Who were my transgressions? Specifically, the two images that were chosen for the show, which were suspended between life and death and the exchange. Suspended between life and death was something that Leon and I decided to do right at the very end of our journey, and our journey was one of exploring each other's worlds. He knew that his life was going to end sooner, and he was challenging me to deal with that situation within myself, my own mortality. One of the things that we explored was the idea of destiny paths. We set our destiny paths and we try and walk down these paths in life and see where they go. And what was interesting with Leon was that on an everyday basis, something different would happen, because he'd have to deal with what his condition was that day. But essentially, once we got there, the weather could be different. There was a wolf involved. He was scared the wolf was going to knock him over and break his bones. So all these fear elements were coming into play, and for me as well, because I was extremely connected to him. As more time was spent on the journey, we allowed unpredictability within the context of creating an image or an idea and having a destiny of what that idea would be, i.e. in the shot where we dressed him as a dinosaur. We have a kid below, and we brought the kid along and we had this toy, and Leon was like, "Get me that hammer," and he put the hammer in his hand, and all of a sudden the whole context of what the image was and the intensity, and while that was happening, we made that image. And another example with the image Adam and Eve, Leon wanted to go with more of a model looking woman. He wanted to challenge the audience about how we're being conditioned and how we objectify women based on their look, like a magazine cover of women, how people, they want to be that. Women want to aspire to look like that. Men want to be with women like that. So he thought it would be more challenging to take on that kind of sentiment in the shot and create that kind of context that people could, it would actually up the ante. It would cause a little bit more discomfort in terms of when you looked at the image. And again, it was all about what had happened in time. Tanit had shown up. Leon had chosen Tanit. Tanit was really, felt honored to be there. She was very kind, she was very gentle with him. And with those two elements of chemistry that came together, Tanit embraced Leon, and she brought her hand from behind and she grabbed him on the shoulder, and his hand laid on her face. So that tenderness came through in a very organic way. Nothing was forced. It wasn't something that I said, well, let's try and do this or try and do that. It just happened in time. It was, and that's what I sort of nurture about making these kinds of images, is how people show up on that day, who they are, and once they come together and in that moment of chemistry, how they're feeling that day, something evolves, something comes out of it, something that challenges you on another level, that brings about something inside of you that is challenging. So that's essentially what the body of work is about. I'm really happy to have had the opportunity through ARTCO in Germany. They have a very, very deep understanding. They met Leon, they knew who he was personally. So we sort of teamed up very well to come back and revisit essentially the nude. Leon didn't want that nude to go out before a 2-year period, and he wanted to respect his mother, and his mother also asked me, could I possibly just hold off? So this is us bringing this whole body of work back into play again, and having people have a look at the work, and along with these words, hopefully have a deeper understanding of themselves. There's a sort of spontaneity of creativity and how you create things together, and you create this relationship where one human being becomes comfortable with another, and vice versa, and together you grow together in your journey of understanding what is challenging, what is life.